so because I know you recommend a little bit of it better than nothing. So don't you? So by the time it's gonna be in August. Sorry, in August, would I still retain all this information, or do I need to maybe review all these materials because it's gonna be like how many months? 5 or 6 months?
I'm not sure I understand the question, because if you're going to be working pretty consistently, if you're going to be doing your LSAT studying every week, then why wouldn't you retain it?
Yeah, I was just afraid maybe I will not remember like the things I studied in March, like back in August. That's a long gap. So,
well, if you did nothing between now and then yeah, you could get rusty, of course. But if you're working on the LSAT every single week between now and then, you're not going to get rusty. What you're doing now, you're going to keep building on that and keep practicing that. So let's say hypothetically, I'll just make up some example now. Let's say hypothetically you work on grouping logic games now. So you could study grouping logic games and focus on that for a day or for a couple of days, and then move on to logical reasoning and reading comp, but you'll still go back to logic games frequently. So the logic games work won't get rusty. You're going to keep working on it. You might be working on things untimed by question type earlier in the process to build that foundation, but you will still keep encountering those questions even when you're doing individual timed sections or full-length exams. You're going to keep encountering them, just in different contexts. But the skills that you're practicing now, you'll continue using them throughout.
Yeah, and then I have to do in the schedule. I also have a full-length exams, right? So that will be a good reason to not forget things, right?
Exactly. That's the whole point. We're building up to that, and you can cycle them in throughout as well. And by the way, I wanted to mention that the plan I laid out for you of doing maybe an hour a day on weekdays in the morning and then maybe 3 hours a day on weekends, that's just one hypothetical schedule. There might be some mornings where you don't want to touch the LSAT at all. There might be another morning where you wake up extra early for some reason because you can't sleep, and maybe you'll want to do a bit more than if that would serve you. But you have a long enough time.
It's funny because that's exactly what my therapist told me. It's like one day you just feel like you don't want to do it. Don't force yourself. But then next day maybe you do 2 hours or longer. So then keep as much as you can. Exactly. That's very,
yeah. Do what you feel you need. But I also wouldn't want you to, if you skip one day, you don't need to automatically double up on the next day. Especially imagine if, let's say, you got sick or there was a family issue or something that took you out of the LSAT for a week. You shouldn't then try to cram it all in to make up for it whenever you get back into it. You have a long enough timeline that you can take it slow, and you don't need to ever feel the need to cram on this. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.